Following the events of the previous night, the party is let out of the church by a guard and takes a long walk of shame to the jail cells. The town watches them in dead silence, the only sounds being the crunch of their boots on the rocky soil. Once in the jail, the party settles in and falls asleep, attempting to drown out the storm of uncertainty in their heads, the turmoil, the pain, but they are unable to. They awake in the morning to the thud of the outside door opening, and in walks a suited man with a book. The man introduces himself as their lawyer and offers them insight into the case. The bad news is that, well, there isn't much evidence saying that you didn't steal the Strides of Winter. Alright, they didn't find much to say that you're innocent, which, you know, obviously could be construed as bad. However, the good news is that they did find a lot of evidence saying that you did not kill Priest Tybalt. So, a murder charge, you're not looking at. But, a theft charge of a very valuable artifact, you might be looking at that. So, I need you to tell me now, did you steal the Strides of Winter?
No.
You can tell me. You can tell me. I am your lawyer. I am unallowed to tell anyone else, and the guard is gone. So
listen up, motherfucker. Listen up. We didn't steal the Strides of Winter, because if we did, they would have found it on us. They confiscated all of our stuff.
well, there's something unfortunate happened, and if you're saying is true and you did not steal them, then you have a problem because last night they were searching for evidence and collecting, and one of the things they did was they went to the home of B'nai Mammon. Obviously, they had to check if he had stashed it there.
That is trespassing.
And one of the things they found was
on
a
other
chip.
Land.
No,
it's
no.
Not their land.
One of the things they found in your house was a piece of the Strides of Winter, specifically the piece that has the tracking runes on it. So, obviously, that's not very good. So
somebody took the tracking runes off and put it in my house to frame me.
If you
That
did
is
not
very
steal
obvious.
them, then that is true. However, it seems that you would have stolen them. The group sees the writing on the wall and know that they must find some sort of proof of their innocence, but there is no time for that now as they are led outside and brought before a judge in a makeshift courtroom. This trial is not to convict them, but to decide whether or not they even should be arrested in the first place. The court rules against them, and they are once again thrown into the jail cell. The trial was unfair, and the judge biased, and they agree that the only way they can be found innocent in the trial proper, which will take place tomorrow, is to find concrete, irrefutable evidence. And so, they escape, while the guard watching them is called to other business as Threa wild shapes into a bee and flies out the window, coming around through the jail to open the door for them. Now freed, the party goes to the church in search of clues. There are already guards in the church investigating, but with some smooth thinking and even smoother rolls. Ah yes,
I got
3
an
and 8.
unnatural 1.
Yeah, not so much. The group then abandons the church for now, instead looking outside of it. They are led to an outer island just off the coast by the sharp nose of Estrella, who's wild-shaped as a wolf, and there they find a piece of evidence. Hidden beneath a bundle of branches, they find a misty purple patch of air, sparkling with the remnants of an ender pearl. This is where the metal-masked man ender pearled to during his escape, and this was solid evidence of a fourth party at the church. Not only this, but they found blood trailing up back to the village, and buried beneath an unusually cold patch of sand, a chest frozen shut but empty inside. The cold leaves no questions on what it held. The Strides of Winter were here. They show this to a guard, and though they were disguised, the guard sees through them and is startled. This guard is Adam, and he is tipped off to them being the prisoners, so he rushes back to check on them. Now the party, who's supposed to be in prison, is currently very, very far from the prison, so they rush back, with Bonet and Estrella making it in time, but Josefi does not, and the following plays out.
I'd like to turn myself in.
What the fuck?
What are you doing out of your cell?
I went for a brisk jog.
What? You're arrested!
Yes, I know, and I came back. Isn't it obvious?
I will be reporting this to the judge.
Okay.
If I heard.
Also report the other evidence that was also found there by the also dolphin, also bird.
Shut up.
So you admit that that was you? I thought it could have been a druid disguised. Now back in jail and tired, the party waits and rests until 1 in the morning. The guard has fallen asleep by this time, and the party tries to open the outside door, and the following ensues. / B-roll D20. Does this guy wake up?
Oh,
Nat 1.
yes!
No.
Yeah,
Yes.
baby!
He is
No.
dead
No.
asleep.
Yes.
Yeah!
However, he is right in front of the button needed to open the door, so you guys are gonna have to do some sleight of hand and not tap him on the shoulder.
Let me check my sleight of hand button. +2.
yeah, that's my
Yeah,
sleight.
baby. Let me give it a go.
You gonna go for it?
Big sleight of hand. What the
Oh, yeah.
2, you go to pickpocket him, but Bonet opens up a chest and he kind of bumps you, and you like move your hand straight into his face, and you can basically slap him lightly. Let's see if he wakes up this time. Oh, 8. You can hear him go. And you can notice he's woken up, but he hasn't seen you guys yet. What do?
I'm gonna sing him a lullaby.
Roll for performance.
I'm gonna give him guidance as well. I'm gonna give you guidance.
He gave you guidance. Roll again. He gave you guidance.
Oh, it gave me guidance? Okay.
Yeah.
Rock,
Whoa.
yeah!
17.
What would that be?
That would be, well, yeah, what's your performance modifier,
My
Giuseppe?
performance modifier, where is that? Performance, minus 1.
-1, so it's a 16. So he wakes up here like, rock-a-bye baby, and he's like, what? Let's see if it works.
Mine's still higher than
Oh,
his.
yours is still higher than his, but not by much. All right, I'll say, because he rolled a nat 1 earlier, he kind of gently is lulled back to sleep.
Lulled. Alright, so you said the button.
Hold on, I forgot to place the button. I'm a cringe man, don't worry about it.
Yeah, bro.
Hold on, let me just,
So, can I let you in your crib? Fuck you,
Why can I not?
Work.
Okay.
Cause he's in the
There we
way, dumbass.
We good. All right, would you like to try again?
Yeah.
Roll for it.
My luck is doing good. Yeah.
I have another-
6 this time, guys.
Once again, you go, but once again, Bonet opens the chest and you kind of slap him in the face again this time. Let's see if he wakes up.
On the treetop.
4. He does not
19.
wake up. He
I
is
also gave him a little
asleep.
bit of a lullaby.
My guy's asleep, but you still haven't opened it up yet.
Okay,
Bro,
what if
listen.
we take the lever off here and use it on the
Alright,
floor
listen,
here? Open
listen.
the door.
We have a
Listen,
plus
buddy.
6 in sleight of hand.
Oh shit!
She's a rogue, stupid.
Wha-
All right,
I'm a rogue. Of course I've got good sleight of hand.
roll for it.
The one that can go like, "Wee," you know, to do the animal.
18 plus 6. Denise is just like, watch this. She puts her whole hand through his helmet without touching him and unlocks it.
The fuck? How the
She rolled like a 26, my guy. Now outside the prison once again, the party returns to the church, which is empty given the time. They find a piece of paper that Priest Tybalt put into his bookshelf on the night he was killed. The paper is a log for people entering the church to sign in. It's not much, and it's filled with joke names, but for once the party has a solid list of suspects. Next, they think to head to an antique armor shop in order to identify the armor that the metal masked man wore. It is here that they find a giant piece of evidence.
It all makes sense
what is happening?
now. It all makes sense now.
The mask worn by their assailant and the killer of Priest Tybalt belongs to the Melanation Special Operatives Force. They were disbanded years ago, but their members live on. This would explain their assailant's powerful fighting ability, as well as his survival, as the mask was laden with runes to heal the user. Armed with this knowledge, the party puts 2 and 2 together and searches the Melanation boat harbored at the town, and there they find the holy grail of evidence. You do notice something. Do you notice that all the hay is facing the exact same direction, except for 1 block?
Alright, what's this then?
The entire suit of armor from their assailant, an ender pearl, health potion, bloodied cloth, and letter all stashed inside the wheat on board the ship. This is massive evidence for them because they saw the metal masked man, but no one else did, so it doesn't mean much for the court. Just then they hear footsteps approaching the ship. You know,
How's that?
I'm
Yeah.
not sure I believe you, but perhaps I could. You could convince me in my room in the inn.
I got some bread here. You want it?
They sit in jail wondering what to do with this evidence when Adam, the guard watching them, wakes up. They're able to convince him to leave and fetch a replacement door, because they broke the other one, while another guard stays to watch the prisoners. Unknown to Adam, that other guard is Bonet in disguise, and so it's no surprise that Giuseppe immediately runs to court. Giuseppe, despite a few close calls, is able to get into court and... You got a 7, you got a 5.
I have evidence. More, in fact. Do you want to see it?
Aren't you supposed to be in jail?
I
Didn't
have
I
evidence.
just see you in jail? Thankfully, though, Giuseppe is able to convince the man to think about it. What the guard will do is unknown as the trial looms. In the morning, their lawyer returns and takes them into court for their trial. They inform their lawyer what they did.
I may have stole some evidence.
The time in the trial comes for Adam to make his testimony, and... Your Honor, in fact, I have to come clean. Some of my previous testimony was not entirely truthful. He comes clean. This new evidence, though obtained illegally, sways the judge, and he is lenient. Instead of sentencing them to hang or exhalation, the judge comes up with a special sentence. Given the shaky evidence in this trial in general, I think this calls for a bit of a special scenario. This is my ruling. B'nai Meumin, Joseph Krakowski, and Estrella will be banished from the Orion theocracy until further notice, and that further notice is upon the return of the Strides of Winter to this church. So if you have the Strides of Winter, return it, and you will be made free. If you do not have it, then, well, tough luck. Where will they go? What will they do? How will they find the Strides of Winter? Will they ever discover the identity of the Metal-Ass Man? Watch next session live on Thursday to find out on Monsters and Mineshafts Live!